No, don't worry, I'm not going to talk that the whole way through. Hi guys, welcome back and welcome to episode 20 of season 2 of Supernatural. Last episode was Folsom Prison Blues, and it had Sam and Dean that they made themselves get caught and put into prison to investigate a ghost haunting and get rid of the ghost. And they were rescued from that prison by a hunter who I was so glad to meet because I hated the character as a douchey prison officer. I couldn't stand him. I was ready to lose my rag over him, but turned out he was a hunter and was playing along the whole time, so that was great. And now they're escaped from the prison, and Hendrickson is after them more than ever because they've escaped from prison. And yeah, on top of the fact of the bank robbery and everything else that they've done, they've now got a prison escape to go along with it. So how they're going to get away from all that, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be mentioned in this one. I feel like this one might be a bit of a filler episode before the finale. I don't know though. It might be like some shows do like 3-4 episodes that are like essentially like a long finale, but they only call the last one like the finale. Because you know, there's 3 episodes left of the season. That's 4, Scott. 3 episodes left of the season. The last 2 are a finale, 2-part finale. So this one isn't. This episode is called What Is and What Should Never Be. It's one of those complicated titles. It's not complicated, the right term, but I can't guess what it's about. The only thing it does remind me of is there's an episode of Angel called Are You Now or Have You Ever Been? And that was like a flashback to his past. So whether this episode's going to be a flashback to Sam and Dean when they were younger maybe, before shit gets crazy in the finale, or I don't know what it could be. So we'll have to jump into the episode to find out. If you enjoy this reaction, please let me know down below. And also, if you're interested in looking at the full reaction to this episode, as well as the rest of Season 2, there's a link to my Patreon down below, where I'll have finished Season 2 by this point. And if you're interested in supporting me over there, that'd be really helpful. And you get to see early access and, like I say, full-length reactions to every episode since Playthings, episode 12, I think, of Season 2. So when I started my Patreon, so yeah. Let's just jump into the reaction to What Is and What Should Never Be. No. Yeah. What is and never have been, never be, never have been. What is and what should never be. Let's jump into it.
There's a cop car outside.
You think it's for us?
I don't know.
I don't see how. Maybe we ditch the
Maybe.
plates, the credit cards.
We're leaving. False alarm.
See? Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, being fugitive.
This storyline's got to finish soon because they can't live like that. They can't really hunt
So you got anything yet?
with so much heat on them.
You got me sifting through like 50 square miles of real estate.
We're hunting a Jinn.
A freaking
Jen?
genie?
Yep.
Oh, what, you think that these suckers can really grant wishes?
I don't know. I
Cool.
guess it's powerful enough. But not exactly like barber-eating harem pants. I mean, Jinn have been feeding off people for centuries. They're all over the Quran.
Jin lore is pretty cool. I don't know a lot about it, but
Barbara Eden was hot, wasn't she? She was way hotter than that bewitched chick.
it is
Are you
interesting.
even listening to me?
Oh. Hello. Ooh. This is pretty. I like the look with the blue hand and the blue eyes. That was cool. Bit different from Supernatural, which is great. Has he got no top on? Yay, finally some shirtless Jensen action. Where is he?
I don't know. I don't know where I am.
What? What happened?
Well, the Jinn attacked me.
The Jinn? You're drinking gin?
No, asshat, the Jinn, the scary creature.
Because he's not
Put its hand on me, and then I woke up next to some hot chick.
at home. At home? In his reality?
You're drunk. You're drunk, darling.
I'm not drunk. Quit screwing around.
Look, it's late. All right, just get some sleep, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
Wait, say it. Say it. Carmen, I just,
Oh, you can't sleep, huh?
yeah.
Well, why don't you come back to bed and let's see if I can do anything to help.
Sure.
I'll say he's not like Dean
Yeah.
to turn that down.
You go ahead.
Don't stay up too long.
No.
So the gin's granted some sort. Is it a wish thing? Is it a... I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Dean,
Mom?
what are you doing here?
It's a world where they never
Are you all
died.
right?
I don't know.
Well, come inside.
Nice to see her back though. Is the dad here as well?
Carmen just called and said you just took off all of a sudden.
I don't believe it.
Honey, you're scaring me. Now just tell me what's going on.
You don't think that wishes can really...
What?
Forget it. Dad's dead. And the thing that killed him was
A stroke.
Oh,
He died in his sleep, you know that.
maybe it's a reality where monsters aren't real.
Excuse me?
That's great. That he went peacefully. I mean, it sure beats the alternative.
You've been drinking.
No, I haven't. Mom.
Guessing he has
I'm
a
gonna call Carmen.
drinking problem in this world because everyone's straight thing is, you've been drinking.
Get some rest. I love you.
You too.
I can see it being like quite an emotional ending though
What can I
about
do for you?
having to go back to
Can you
this
tell me
world where
about jinns?
his mum's not
A lot
alive.
of Muslims believe the jinn are very real. They're mentioned in the Quran.
Yeah. No, get to the wish part.
What about it?
Do you think they could really do it?
No. No, I don't think they can really do it.
Okay, creepy lady. First supernatural potential thing that we've seen in this world that he's in. It does look good, to be fair. Right, so if the mum never died when Sam was a kid, the timeline that we're aware of, that I think I'm getting this right, is that John never would have become a hunter to find out what killed her. Which is why they've got like a normal life. Sam's still at school. He's got a girlfriend that he lives with, by the looks of it. Mum's still alive, but the dad just died of a stroke. Nothing supernatural, nothing weird going on. Hey, Jess. That's cool seeing Jess again.
Good to see you too, Dean. Can't breathe.
We just flew in from California.
California! Stanford. Huh? Law school, I bet.
So you started off Mom's birthday with a bang, as usual.
Wait, Mom's birthday? That's today?
I feel like nobody respects Dean in this
Yeah,
world,
yeah, dude,
particularly.
that's today. That's why we're here.
They see him as just some sort of drunk.
Tell me you forgot.
Tell me what?
Engaged. Thought she was going to be pregnant. I could see this ending in a really sad way where Dean's got to choose the awful monster hunting life where there's death and destruction over this really positive world because it's not real. I'm intrigued to know where this girl fits in that he keeps seeing.
What do you mean?
I mean, this whole warm, fuzzy ecstasy trip thing.
Just happy for you, Sammy.
Yeah, right. That's another thing. Since when do you call me Sammy? Dean, come on. We don't talk outside of holidays.
We don't?
Oh,
Well, we should. I mean, you're my brother.
they grew apart.
You're my brother.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you said when you snaked my ATM card. Or when you bailed on my graduation. Or when you hooked up with Rachel Nave.
Who?
My prom date. On prom night.
Oh. This is where probably the Sophie's
Whoa,
choice is going to come at the end.
Yes, we do.
A life where I'm close with my brother.
What?
A life where
Hunting.
my mum's alive. In this world, Sam doesn't really want anything to do with Dean.
Sammy and I, we don't get along.
Well, you don't really spend a lot of time together. I mean, I just think you don't know each other all that well. For the record, he doesn't know what he's missing.
Oh, she's sweet.
Fix things with Sam. You work nights at the,
At the hospital.
hospital. I'm dating a nurse. That is so respectable.
The crash of United Britannia Flight 424. Indianapolis residents held a candlelight vigil.
Is that the one they stopped?
No, stop that crash.
Lost their lives.
Yeah, episode 4. Phantom Traveller. This is where it starts to become a problem. I was going to say, because he's just about 9 children comatose. That's Girls Jones and Hotel Pool. Yeah. That's the one from this season. With the dolls. The Comatose, was that something wicked? So supernatural stuff's still real. They're just not in that world. So it's also happened. Oh. There's just nothing to stop it.
What about us, huh? When Mom's not supposed to live her life, Sammy's not supposed to get married. Why do we have to sacrifice everything, Dad?
Oh, it's gotta be hard to constantly have to feel like you're giving the stuff up. Like his whole life in the other world, the real world, is just, it's not a nice life to live at all. And now he's got this nice life that he has to give up.
But I gotta do this. People's lives depend on it.
What are you talking about, Dean?
Nothing. Forget it. Just, hey, tell Mom I love her.
Dean. I wish you could have, like, not this specific life, but a life more like this, a bit more normal. I think they deserve it at this point. They've been through so much crap. They've killed enough monsters and vampires, demons. They deserve a break. And that's the one that gets appearing to him. Right, okay. Starting to add up now. God, he's weird looking, isn't he? Quite cool. Love the tattoos. So this is what the gin does to people. Is this what Dean's like in the real world? Like tied up like that, losing his blood? I love those blue eyes. They're beautiful. Which is a weird thing to say about a gin, but just that bright blue. Sam! And the gin will be doing that thing to him if he starts to come out of it, to put him back to sleep, maybe.
Dean, please.
So all the times that he's seen things that are here,
If I'm like her,
he's coming out of it
gotta
slowly.
open here someplace.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What are you doing?
It's old wives' tale. If you're about to die in a dream, you wake up.
No, 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 no. That's crazy, all right?
Maybe.
You're gonna kill yourself. Okay.
Or I'm gonna wake up.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Mum, yeah. Oh, the dream's really playing out the tricks to try and keep him there.
Why'd you have to keep digging? Why couldn't you have left well enough alone? You were happy.
But it wasn't real.
Drain the life out of me in a couple of days.
But in here with us, it'll feel like years. Like a lifetime. I promise.
Oh, it's such a hard
No pain or fear.
decision.
Just love
It's hard in the sense that
and safety.
people want the perfect life.
Stay with
And choosing to go back to a life that is real, but also
some
an
rest.
absolute nightmare.
You don't have to
It
worry
is
about
hard.
Sam anymore. You get to watch him live a full life.
I like this life for him though, minus the alcoholic part.
I'm sorry.
Dean! Dean!
I love his hand. It's just a cool visual effect. Sergeant. I hope I get to see you again one day. Maybe not that specific one, but another one. Because I think that could have some cool stuff as well. Like getting into Sam's head and changing reality again. Oh. That's where she came from. Oh, God.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the update.
Mom was gonna have grandkids.
Yeah, but Dean, it wasn't real.
I know. But I wanted to stay. I wanted to stay so bad.
But people are alive because of you.
Yeah,
It's worth it, Dean.
it's true.
It is. It's not fair, and you know it hurts like hell, but it's worth it.
Okay, guys, that was episode 20 of season 2. What is and what should never be. Is that what it's called? What is and what should never be. Yeah, I have to be honest. When it first started, not when it first started, but when it first kind of came clear that it was a what if episode. Then, I feel like I've said this about 5 times this season, but they're not the kind of stories that I normally enjoy. But this one was different. I'll go into kind of why. So on a lot of shows, and I'm thinking, the example that comes straight to my head was One Tree Hill. They did a what if episode, which was, the basic premise of One Tree Hill is that there's 2 brothers. One went to live with a mum, one stayed with dad. One was rich, one was not. So they had like very, very different lifestyles, but they come together for like the pilot episode and so on. And the what if episode was just like, what if the one kid went with the other person and they were raised by the other parent. My problem with those kind of episodes is that they, in my eyes, don't add a lot to the story because there's no consequences, because it's just an alternate reality sort of episode put in something that has going to have no sort of impact. So learning on that show what would have happened if one kid was raised by this parent instead has no impact on the future of the show, the ongoing storylines, or anything like that. It's just kind of like, I guess, meant to be an interesting take on the characters that we know, and there is some good stuff that can come with that. They're just not usually my favourite type of stories. However, this one was different because Dean was living through the alternate life, so he lived it and he knew what he had to give up to go back to this monster hunting life, which has an impact on his growth as a person. I hope that makes sense, and that's why this one kind of, I enjoyed this one a bit more, because it wasn't just, here's just an episode where what would happen if mum never died, and then next episode we're back to the normal programming. No, it was, here's an episode about Sam and Dean. They're hunting a djinn. Dean goes, finds the djinn, but the djinn makes him kind of live this alternate reality in his head. And so that's where it kind of became really cool. It was nice to see the mum again in particular, Jess again, and it was interesting to see how different life could have been if the mum had never died, if the demon had never gone after her, and you know, because of Sam's psychic abilities and whatnot. And it was a nice life on the most part. Obviously, like, part of me wants them to have this normal life, this happy family life, which I don't think they're ever going to have. See, I don't know how the show ends eventually. Please don't spoil it. I'd like to think they have some sort of normality ahead of them, rather than just constant death and destruction for the rest of their lives. But who knows? And whilst initially I was like, oh, I really want them to have this life. This is so good, because he's got a wife, he's got a normal job, mum's still alive, the dad's still dead, he's not close with Sam, he's clearly got alcohol problems, and all these lives that they saved on the plane, and all the monsters that they could have killed, they didn't kill. Now, there's nothing to say that if, realistically, if they went around to kill them, the hunters might not have taken their place, but in this reality that didn't happen, and that was kind of interesting to see as well. Yeah, I enjoyed it more than I expected to. When it kind of, I enjoyed the look of the djinn. I was really intrigued in that, and I thought, it's a djinn, it's going to create some sort of wish granting episode where weird things going to happen. It could be a funny one, but it wasn't. And then when it came like a what if episode and an alternate timeline, I did start to be a little bit like, ugh, am I going to like this? But I actually really enjoyed it, like I said, because it was something that he lived through rather than it just happened and never talked about again. And whilst it might never get mentioned again in the show, it's still something that Dean remembers and went through, and Sam knows about it. So that was really interesting take on the formula, and I quite enjoyed that. I'm interested to know if the djinn comes back in another episode, because it'd be good to see different wishes granted, different lives lived. that kind of possibility, and the alternate timelines and things could be quite interesting if it goes down this kind of route again. Yeah, that was good. I quite enjoyed that episode. I don't have a ton to say, because it was just the case of it was hard to watch him pick a life that was difficult over a life that was easier, but the life that was easier wasn't real. And I think what really swayed it more than anything else was the deaths of the people that they didn't save. I think if it wasn't for that, he could have stayed and made things up with Sam and patched things, and they could still be brothers again, and the mum's still alive. Whereas in this timeline, the parents are both dead, and at this point you'd have a nurse at home with him. Sam would be happy in law school with Jessica, and they could make things up. But, alas, that wasn't to be. So, I enjoyed the episode. Let me know down below what you thought of the episode in the comments below. And if you want to watch the full reaction to this episode, there's a link to a Patreon down there as well. Thanks for watching. As always, my name is Scott. I hope you're well, taking care of yourselves and staying safe. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know what your thoughts are and subscribe for future Supernatural reactions. Thanks for watching. Take care. And I'll see you all next week at the first part of the 2-part finale. Bye, guys. Take care.